Sat Nam. Welcome to my channel. I am Nam Shakti, and today I really just want to talk to you about birthing and how to own your story, your birthing story, and how to really step into the shoes of your divinity, female power, and knowing that you have the strength to have your children naturally with no pain medicine. And the resources that you should do and you should get and you should research and before you do end up having your baby. I think it's very important that we know what epidural does, and it's important to know what it does to our bodies, and it's important for us to be aware that we are capable and that our bodies are powerful and that we hold the female essence, divinity of Shakti within us that gives us the power to birth. And God all around us is here with us, and our bodies were meant to have babies. Our bodies know what they're doing. I hear a lot of stories of mommies that had epidurals, and I'm not shaming anyone. If that's what you decide, own it. I believe that if this is what you want, then go ahead, do it. But I do want you to know that you do have the power, that your body knows what it's doing, that when your body needs to push, your body starts pushing on its own, that when every contraction, it does something to your body magically, and you have to own those pieces of a wonderful, beautiful way of birthing. And God knows what He was doing when He gave us our body and allowed us to give birth. So I'll start by telling you my stories. I have 3 boys. I have a 5-year-old who's going to be 6. I have a 3-year-old, and I have a 2-month-old. And I love my boys. My first birthing was very hard. I'm from California. I'm from LA, and I had him in California. And it was really hard. I didn't have a doula. I didn't have sisterhood. I didn't have that female presence there. Even though I have a very strong female presence in my life. My mother, my grandmother, my aunts, they are very strong, and they have showed me to be a strong woman, to be independent, to honor myself. I didn't have that while I was giving birth, and I didn't quite know how to give birth. I just knew that I wanted to have my children naturally, and that I wanted to have no pain medicine. So it was bad. When I got to the hospital, they had me pushing for hours when my body wasn't ready to push. And when I wanted to push, there was no midwife. There was no one there to help me get through it. And my son did end up pooping inside my belly, and he ended up in the NICU for 5 days for those reasons that they had me pushing for a long time. Now that I look back to it, it was really a horrible birthing. But I did have him naturally, and I did have him with no pain medicine. I pulled through it. Then my second child, it was the most beautiful birthing ever. I was a little traumatized for my first, so I did end up having my second birthing in the hospital because I wanted to avoid anything to happen that would happen to my first child. But it was truly magical. This time I researched, and I ended up hiring a doula, and my doula is Tara, and she's amazing, Tara Lucier. She's here in the Northern Virginia area, and I ended up having the most beautiful experience ever. It was different. She helped me through the contractions. She put her fist on my thighs, and the contractions will kind of ease up. They will kind of go away. It was really, really beautiful. And we did a birth plan, and we got to the hospital. I gave them the birth plan. They didn't ask me questions. Everything was there, simple steps of what I wanted. No circumcision, no ointment on the eyes. I didn't want that IV. It was exactly what I wanted naturally, but in the hospital settings. Just because we wanted to avoid any problems, and it was very, very beautiful. Then my third child, because I had a beautiful experience with my second, I ended up having him at home. And again, it was beautiful to have a birth at home. My mother was there, my sister was there, my husband, my midwife, who is Mary Lee, and she is also here in the Northern Virginia area, and she also does the whole Delaware, and she's amazing. She was very wonderful. She's very spiritual. She's a Reiki master, and so I had that support of them, and my mom was praying through the whole process. And even though I was in pre-labor for like 2 weeks, my body knew when it was ready to give birth, and it was a beautiful experience. My child came out in the basement, and my old bed that I had before upstairs is now downstairs. I had an altar, I had music, I had Guru Ram Das playing in the background, and I did Adi Shakti for almost my whole birthing. Sorry, Adi Shakti before my birthing experience, and I listened to it while I slept, Adi Shakti, to really pregnate that essence of the female power that I knew that I had within me. And I knew that divine love was always with me, and that the goddesses and God was here penetrating every atom, tissue, muscle of my being. And this is what I want you to empower. I want you to empower that you are this female essence. You have the power of the female Shakti within you. You have the power of God within you. Your body knows what to do. When my body needed to push, my body pushed. When my body needed to do what it needed to do, it did it on its own. My body did it on its own. I didn't have to start pushing when I didn't need to. My body knew exactly when to do it and how to do it. And that is how we're meant to give birth. We're not meant to give birth when they're telling us to push when we're not ready to push. And I'm telling you from experience from my first birthing, when they had me pushing for hours, I was pushing maybe for about 5 hours, and I didn't have to. And at the time where with my first, they were training a girl, which was horrible. But we just didn't know what to do. And then for my last birthing, I feel like it was so amazing. So own it. Own your story. Own who you are as a female. Own your power. You are powerful. You are divine. You are so gorgeous, and you carry so much love and light within you. Hire a doula. I believe in sisterhood. I believe that doulas are here to help us, and they know what to do, and they're trained to help us through birthing. You can find doulas that are, still doing their training, and they're willing to do it for free because they want experience. And you can find doulas that will charge a little bit, and you can find doulas that are amazing like mine that I love. And I just feel like a doula is very important because it will help you, because sometimes our husbands don't know what to do, and our mothers are panicking, like my mother was panicking, and I end up screaming at her. I said to her, if you're not going to help, if you're not going to be supportive, I don't want you here, through the process of my pain. But each contraction as it came in, I felt my power through the breathing, through my soul, through my body. And now that I look back at it, it's magical. It is a magical experience, and God made you so perfect and so beautiful that you have to own your divinity. You have to own your power. You have to own it. Not until you own your power, you won't be happy. You are a female. You carry the power of creation within your womb, within your essence, within every single atom, tissue, muscle of your being. You are divine, and you have to own your divinity. So that is my birth story, and I want you to love yourself as much as God loves you, as much as it created you. It created you perfect, because you are perfect. I love you guys. Check out my website, namshakti.com, for my classes. I teach here in Northern Virginia, And in April, I'll be in California and I'll be teaching a class as well in April 2019. But check out my website, namshakti.com. Thank you. Love you so much. Sat Nam.